The coin market cap is used to recap everything that is said in this video. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more XRP news and news about other cryptocurrencies in general. Look at this now. A former official in the White House says the SEC has dropped the Ripple case. Anthony Scaramucci is a man who used to be the head of communications for the White House. He thinks that the SEC has now stopped looking into Ripple. That bold statement was made by Scaramucci in a recent interview for the Wolf of Wall Street show. During the chat, Scaramucci and the podcast host Scott Melker talked about the rules that govern the cryptocurrency business as well as Trump's plans to support cryptocurrency. The SEC is no longer suing Ripple. A number of other events were also talked about. Melker brought up a number of recent cases that the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has decided not to pursue. The most important of these is the SEC's decision to drop its lawsuit against cryptocurrency companies. Consensus, Gemini, Uniswap, Coinbase, and Robinhood are some of these cases. This time, Scaramucci spoke up and told him that Ripple should be added to the list. As an answer, Melker said again, "Yeah, that's right," suggesting that the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, may have chosen not to go after Ripple. As of now, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has not made an official statement about its ruling in the Ripple lawsuit. This is because the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit is still thinking about it. It looks like the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has stopped its case against well-known Bitcoin companies like Binance and Kraken. The Securities and Exchange Commission said that Ripple did something wrong as early as the case is still going on, though. The only thing that's delaying it is the Ripple case. Legal experts say that the decision made in July 2023 makes it harder for the SEC to get out of the Ripple case. It is important to remember that the judge said Ripple's automatic sales and other giving out of XRP did not count as stocks. She did find out, though, that Ripple had broken the law by doing business with institutional buyers during its first sales. The next year, the judge issued an injunction that said Ripple couldn't sell to institutional buyers until they got permission from the SEC. Not only that, but the judge also fined Ripple $125 million for this violation. In a recent X thread, partner attorney Jeremy Hogan of the Hogan & Hogan Law Company said that the injunction is the main reason why the Securities and Exchange Commission has not yet dropped its appeal of the case. He pointed out how hard it would be to overturn the appeal and said that doing so might mean the case has to be heard in April or May of next year. He said it was impossible for Ripple to overturn the appeal because of Rule 60 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. He said that the only way for Ripple to change this decision is for the company to work with the SEC to file a carefully written motion. Jeremy Hogan, an attorney who supports XRP, talks about why the SEC case against Ripple has been put off more than once, even though the agency has recently become more open to cryptocurrencies. Over the past few weeks, the Securities and Exchange Commission has made it clear that it plans to take back its crypto regulation by enforcement effort. It has done this by quickly stopping or dismissing pending cryptocurrency proceedings. Even with this change, there is still one case that hasn't been resolved, the SEC's case against Ripple, which has been going on for a while now. Still, that's the question. Why is that? A lawyer who has been keeping a close eye on the situation has now come up with a possible answer. Is someone to blame? Jeremy Hogan, an attorney who supports XRP, has tried to explain why the SEC case against Ripple is still not settled, even though the SEC has recently become more open to cryptocurrency. Hogan said in a long chat on X on March 2, 2019, that the most likely reason for the delay was the injunction that Judge Annalisa Torres put on Ripple in her court order from August 2024. In more detail, Torres ruled that Ripple could not sell XRP to institutional investors without first getting permission from the government. According to Hogan, the case could go on until April or May 2025. This is because the appeal is still being processed. Hogan thought that Ripple would not want this order. Nevertheless, he also said that getting rid of it would be hard. To show how complicated the case was, the lawyer said that the usual way to get relief from rulings, which is explained in Rule 60 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, might not work in the Ripple case. Rule 60 says that a decision can be overturned if an error or new facts are found. You could say that the SEC's changing crypto rules are new facts, but Hogan says that the ruling was based on the Howey test, Supreme Court case law, not the SEC's rules. As for Ripple's chances, Hogan says that the company only has one chance to get the order thrown out by the court. He said in his reasoning that the company could try to bet on the judge's luck by sending a very carefully worded motion that the SEC would have to look over. He thinks that these steps will take some time, though, which is why he thinks that the settlement will happen in April or May 2025. The lawyers said that the fact that the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is thought to be behind Ripple is a big deal that could tip the scales in its favor. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, sued Ripple in December 2020, saying that its trades in the cryptocurrency asset XRP were illegal because they were not registered as securities. Based on what he said, this could happen without having to wait for the normal process of opening the escrow account. It is important to note that this information comes after President Donald Trump of the United States officially confirmed that the country will set up a cryptocurrency asset store using XRP and other tokens. There are a lot of theories about how the government could use the XRP coins that Ripple is holding in lockup to build the suggested reserve. XRP fans are happy about the news, and XRP fans are happy about the news that this process can go in a clear direction during this event. In a tweet, Vet said that Ripple might be able to give the US government or any other group control of its escrow account with just one transaction. Set the regular key of the escrow accounts holding the escrowed funds to the account of the US government, and Ripple could give the US government full power over the escrowed assets. He stressed that the process is easy and can be finished in a single XRPL exchange. When this method is used,